Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today was stage 6 of the Volta Catalunya, meant to be the Queen stage, the big mountain stage of the tour, and we saw a lot of confusion early on. First, they decided to push back the start, then they decided to cut the race short to 118 kilometers, then to cut it down to 70, and in the end, they cut it down to only about 25 kilometers of active riding. They actually kept it neutralized for most of the race. And they also decided that they were going to give the GC times with 5K to go to prevent any kind of strange wind affected finish. The wind was the issue, reaching 100 kilometers an hour at times over the mountains and passes where they were meant to go today. So in the end, we ended up with a very neutralized race until the last 25K. And then with 5K to go, of course, all times meant to be equal, and some racing would in fact happen. Now, what we did know is that there were a couple of people who decided not to start the race today. Matthew Brennan, who had won 2 stages already in this tour, the 19-year-old sprinting phenom from the UK, he decided with the team that he had done well enough for this and was going to get a couple of days of extra rest. Felix Gall, who was only in 24th after one bad first stage where he lost 3 minutes, and he was only like 3.5 minutes behind. He would have been top 4 probably, except for that first stage, and he's a great climber. He also decided, because I guess of this shortened route without the climbing, that he was going to save himself. He's really going for the Tour de France as far as I can tell. So those 2 cancellations were noted early, which basically meant that this was going to be neutralized to the point where Juan Ayuso, who's in first, just 1 second ahead of Primoz Roglic. In second overall, we're going to come down to tomorrow, probably to bonus seconds in intermediate sprints. Tomorrow's race will be interesting with the Barcelona finish with, I think it's 6 times up and over the Montjuic. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Down to the last kilometer of this stage though, and there is a 10-man breakaway, and 2 riders from Israel Premier Tech, 2 from Decathlon, and 6 other single riders from teams. And basically after the Flamme Rouge, it was Quinn Simmons on this long uphill, this last kilometer into the town of Berga, that decided he was going to go for it. And it's a long way out. 1K on an uphill. We've seen this earlier in the race where it didn't go so well for the riders. More of the traffic circles here. Luckily, not so much of the street furniture. But I think what happened here is a lot of guys went right and he went left, and following that traffic circle, there was another left. So if you go left, it's a lot better than going right. And he managed to get an advantage of close to 100 meters with under 500 to go. And now it was just a question of whether he could hold on. And like I said, we saw the other day, I think it was in that first stage where Matthew Brennan won the first of his 2 stage victories for the race, that he was able to come back ahead of the breakaway rider and win on the line. So I think this is what Quinn Simmons was hoping, that he was going to be able to hold off everybody. And you can see here, he's down to just a couple 100 meters to go. And that gap of 100 meters is down to about 60. And it was Pavel Bittner from Picnic Post who's coming on really hard, really strong. You can see we're in the last 150 meters. Quinn Simmons holding on for dear life, looking over the shoulder one more time, and holds on for about a 1 meter victory over Pavel Bittner and Corbin Strong of New Zealand. So another 10, 15 meters, and I think Bittner had him. So fascinating finish. Only 31 minutes and 20 seconds of actual racing today. That's how much it was neutralized. And you can see there's quite a bit of wind even here in town. So what it does is it sets us up for one more stage. Juan Ayuso, Primoz Roglic, just 1 second apart, going into the final stage tomorrow. It'll be exciting. Again, 6 times up and over the Mont Juic. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Take care for now, and bye.